look who is here. It's Thursday morning, which means we get a visit from our good friend, Brian Duffy.
Yay!
You survived.
Yeah.
You survived Monday.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And it looks like the caucuses will survive again, even though there was some questions on some of the tactics that had happened out there.
What happens if Hillary Clinton becomes president and she still has a grudge against our great state? Then what happens?
Oh, all heck is going to break loose. As you do remember, the last time when she lost in 2008, she didn't return to the state for, what was it, 8 years?
I missed her terribly.
Well, I understand that. But she didn't, I mean, she didn't set foot in the state for that long.
Yeah.
So, you know, and after this, you know, razor thin, this caucus that was, you know, could have gone either way, I don't think that she really has these warm, you know, fuzzy feelings about Iowa anymore. So,
But speaking of warm and fuzzy.
yes, yes. Well, warm and fuzzy. Well, yeah. All right. So, you know, let's talk about, since it's not that far off. You know, we had, I mean, for cartoonists, we always look for the perfect metaphor in which to use for, you know, our idea of the vehicle to get our ideas out there. And of course, this year we had it falling on Groundhog Day, and you know, nothing is better than trying to compare the groundhog's prognostication abilities and Iowa's, right? Yeah. So, okay. So. Let's just take a let's just drop the ground off it, and since Iowa is, we'll just make this the hog instead. So yeah, we're gonna drop the ground off. That's I'm allowed to do that. Cartoonist, license, artist, you know, whatever. So. You know, I was thinking.
So that's like an actual.
Get it? Groundhog? Get it? Ah, there we go. Yes, sir. Ground in the hog.
Iowa's version.
It's Iowa's version. You know, and we're just about as good at picking the president as this little groundhog is for picking who is going to the weather. So the groundhog uses about 39%. Okay.
Okay.
Iowa actually is better, to tell you the truth. It got up to, I think that in the Democratic side it's about 50%. Republican side about a little over 40%. Now, of course, there was some shenanigans going on, so you know we think that it's all over. Now, I don't know because I'm not a weather person, but I don't think you can have a recall on the decision that the groundhog makes.
No, I'd love for the whole thing to go away.
Okay,
But it's not going to.
It's not going to go away.
It's been going on 100 and some years.
But
Oh yeah,
it's staying with us.
It's just a
Like rock and roll.
tradition.
Yeah.
it's a tradition, right? So, except there is one person that didn't do all that well. And you know, while we're on that subject, let's take a look at my record of prognosticating itself.
Right.
And I was 100% wrong.
Feels great, doesn't it?
That feels great, you know. I mean, now I know how
in one
he
of his
feels.
speeches, he said Iowa hasn't gotten it right in years. So I figured he would be happy with the results because he's like, see, it's exactly what I've been saying in my speeches. But yet he's you know, crying foul and.
Well, he's crying foul for a couple of good reasons, and if it were anybody but Donald Trump, I think people would say, you know, this is pretty questionable. The tactic of sending out Twitter messages, you know, saying that Ben Carson is dropping out of the race. So.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
So
When did that happen?
That happened Monday.
That
night
happened
before
Monday prior
before
to
the
the
voting even started.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed
Although
that.
today he fired 50 staffers and isn't showing up in New Hampshire until Saturday.
Well, his plane got stuck somewhere.
Yeah, but that wasn't the Trump people doing that, or did they jump on the bandwagon too?
Oh, they jumped on the bandwagon
Because
too.
it started with the Cruz campaign, from what some of the stories are saying.
And I also went into you had Steve King saying it too.
Steve King, yeah.
You had Steve King twittering out that he was dropping out of the race and that everybody should
Seriously?
vote for.
Yeah, it was before the voting even
Before
started.
the
I hadn't
voting
even
even.
heard that.
Before the caucus started.
Well-
So he got about 17,000 caucus votes. That would have put him, if you took all of those votes from Carson and given them to whomever, you know, that would have probably put Trump over the top, I think. or it would have been a lot closer.
We've been closer.
So it's interesting. It seems that every caucus cycle we have something that goes on. Last time we didn't know who the winner was for a couple of days afterwards. First it was Romney, then they made a recount, and then they said it was Santorum. And really, at the end of it all, after the 4 steps of the caucus process for the Republicans, it ended up being Ron Paul. So it's just a mess, and I'm glad it's going to be another 4 years. But he wants a recount. It's not going to happen.
So after what, a year from now, they'll start coming back for the next one?
They will.
Yeah.
But they'll always use the excuse that they're coming back to thank their supporters.
Right.
Yeah, right. They're coming back to set it back up again for that next stage. We've seen this again and again and again. And they'll visit for a while and then disappear and then start to hit it hard again. And Cruz was one of the first ones to announce, and I think that's also what helped him quite a bit. And he put a lot of effort into Iowa, and I think you're going to see that he'll go in the same direction of probably Santorum and Huckabee.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has to happen for us to lose our first in the nation status? And that's why I was alluding to the Hillary thing.
It's political. I mean, there are laws. It's codified in Iowa and also in the Democratic and Republican parties. So it'll be tough to break through that. And if you get rid of one, if you get rid of the Iowa caucuses, you're going to have to do the same thing with New Hampshire. And I think the 2 states balance themselves. We have people that show for the caucuses are people that are really diehard, and you usually see those over on the wings. And in New Hampshire, you'll see people that that have their opinions, but since it's an open primary, easier to go to. I think that's going to be the difference there. Now, how to lose it? We can, if we continue to flub up in different ways. I mean, the Republicans screwed up back in 1993 on the counts. Did it again this last time and in 2012. So.
Well, and now you have all this press about coin flips on the other side and this, that, and the other that hasn't been good on the other side either.
Right. So.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Well, I
Stay tuned.
appreciate
Well
your
done.
groundhog.
Groundhog, yes.
Perfect. There you go.
Yeah.
We'll be right